how much more or how much more does the playbook grow in year number 2 compared to, like, how much more is Sean Payton going to give Bo Nix to do this season?
Probably more. I don't know how much more, because I felt like Sean Payton wasn't holding back too much just in terms of volume and scheme. The shifting, the motioning, the multiple personnel grouping, those are the complicated things that are even just challenging to spit out in the huddle. So Bo Nix is in that huddle, and it's, scattered to green, right, west, V counter, 97, wrap, king, kill, 98, toss, whack, alert, hound 2, double go. Those types of things, Bo Nix is spitting it all out. I don't think there was any holding back for Sean Payton last year. I just think it's now about the things that Bo Nix and this offense did well last year. Sean Payton and this offensive staff has been back in the lab and try to build on those things. So if you did, say you had this run that was good, or you had this one pass concept that was good, then you are able to have maybe the double move off of that, or the trick play off of that, or maybe it's something that was a heavy pass tendency. Now you have the run off of it. Things like that. I think it's about taking the next step in the evolution of the offense. And I don't think that Bo Nix as a rookie I don't think he was all that prohibitive to Sean.
Right.
I don't.
Right. So
that's why I think that's why Sean loved him.
Yeah.
Because he knew that he wouldn't have to be too.
Yeah, he doesn't have to shorten
too shackled.
Yeah, he can just let him do his thing. So we'll see how much. Okay, so last year the question was, this Bo Nix dude, what's going to happen? How does he look? That seemed like the most important question for the Denver Broncos going into last season. What do you think the most important question for the Denver Broncos going into this season is? The one question that they need to answer.
For me, it's, do you have any legitimate number one skill talent on the offensive side of the ball?
Okay, yeah.
Somebody's got to prove that.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? If you're a Denver Bronco wide receiver, running back, or tight end, boy, is the opportunity just out there for the taking.
Right.
To play yourself into the money.
Yeah.
To the contract of a guy that's a bona fide one. Now, if they don't have that, I still think they can win a playoff game or two. I do. But if they have that, say it's Evan Ingram. Now he's healthy. And he's a guy that ends up having, 75 to 95 catches. 8 teeters. That guy's going to get paid. This is a 2-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The guy could get paid. I know he's a little bit older, and people don't think he's the permanent solution. Travis Kelce's a little bit older, too. And you can find a renaissance in your career. And you've already seen the production from a guy like Evan Ingram 4 years ago, where he was off the charts in terms of his stats. Cortland Sutton, if he takes that next step. Is it Marvin Mims? Marvin Mims, to me, is the most likely, because of his speed and the confidence that built in his second year as a full-time player for the Broncos. Marvin Mims is the guy that I think has the opportunity to cement himself as a true bona fide one because of speed.
Do you think a player of, like Cortland Sutton, I think we all love Cortland, but we kind of know who he is. But at the age of 29 and the amount of time he spent in the league, do you think even at that point he can take his game up to another level? Or is it, obviously it's easier if RJ Harvey or somebody just comes in and goes crazy and you're like, oh, he's the truth. Look at that. We knew he was the truth. But with somebody like Cortland, who you kind of know as a pro who he is and what he can do, but can he take that to the next level in his, whatever season this is for him in the NFL?
I do think he can. And I think his numbers this year, especially as it relates to taking the next step, it's probably going to have a lot to do with what Bo Nix does and him taking the next step. Pushing the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Red zone accuracy, red zone touchdown passes. That'll be huge. Because that was the thing. That was the one thing I thought. I don't think it dropped off a ton, but it felt like it dropped off a little bit. Even though Russell Wilson had his massive flaws. I thought Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton inside the red zone had a little something going on. It was like a second play. It was Russell Wilson throws that really nice catchable, fade ball. And Cortland Sutton's really good at catching 50-50s. That's an area of, if Bo Nix takes the next step as a red zone drop back passer, not just a bootleg passer, drop back passer, I could see Cortland Sutton picking up 3-4 more touchdowns in the red zone.
Yeah, no, how many
did he have last year? Was it 8?
Cortland, how many touchdowns he caught? Ooh, I had no idea. No clue. your leading rusher from last year now plays for the Cowboys, right? Wasn't Javonte your leading rusher last year for the Bronx? Not that the leading rusher was impressive. Now it was eight TDs. Yeah. So
the year before. So this season Cortland had 81 catches, but only 8 TDs. So basically for every 10 catches, he had a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
With Russell Wilson, and I'm not saying, if you're listening, I'm not saying Russell Wilson is a better player and had a better season than Bo Nix did last year. Cortland Sutton had just 59 catches in 2023, but 10 touchdowns. 2 more touchdowns on 22 fewer overall catches. Mm-hmm. And that kind of goes to what I'm telling you a little bit on the red zone. Russell Wilson as a red zone passer, as a second play quarterback, I thought he was above the line relative to where Bo Nix was last year as a rookie. Mm-hmm. Understandable. I mean, Russell's been playing for a lot longer. He knows the ways of the National Football League.